All right.
What's up?
Do you care about looking good or smelling good more? Do you care more about presentation, how you look, or how you smell more?
I've never thought about comparing the two. Let me ask a clarification question.
Okay.
If I'm not smelling good, am I smelling bad?
That's what I'm saying. Would you
rather? Because if I have to smell bad versus look bad, I'll look bad and smell good.
That's what I was about to say. Would you rather be looking bad and musty or looking busted and smelling good?
I'd rather look busted and smell good.
I feel like most people can come back from looking busted because they'll just be like, oh, I'm at the store or whatever. Yeah. Some people could even pull it off and I like how you look.
Right.
Can't come back. I think smelling bad is universal. I think most people can agree on somebody smelling bad. When somebody's looking bad, some people at their worst are still pretty decent.
They played the hell out of Lil Meech. Somebody said at the club that he was musty, and now every time there's an article about him, the comments is full of, well, I mean, they did say he's musty.
All it takes is one person either catching you being musty or just making it up, but it's really hard. Unless you're just known for smelling great and somebody just makes something up and just throws it out there, I think that's a tough thing to come back from.
Because honestly, when people tell you smell good, I feel like that's a better compliment than you look good.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Because it attacks the senses a little bit harder.
Because people have a little more emotion, too, when they tell you look good. I mean, you smell good. It's like, you smell good.
That is true.
But when people will be like, oh, you look nice. Or
some people some niggas mainly, they'll be adding the extra like, oh, you look good as a dial. But I agree.
Yeah.
Musty is it's a must to not be musty.
All right.
We don't have to do. Oh,
8
okay.
seconds.
This was bars. Okay.
Wow, you was trying to shut my bars down before.
I was just giving a quick reminder that we didn't have to.
You ready? 8 seconds. Give me 5 types of money.
What you mean?
5 different types of money.
Like countries?
You can say countries.
Oh, yeah. like dollar would be America now. Okay, got it.
Ready?
Yeah. Wait, quarters, nickels, dimes, pennies, dollars doesn't count?
Let's do just countries.
Okay, so what would that be called? Dollar, pound, yen, rupee, pound.
You said that already.
Peso.
Okay.
I was trying to think of the Mexican one.
Not just saying pound twice.
All right, fine. 8 seconds.
Here's some that I wrote down.
Oh.
I don't remember my list, though.
Let me save these.
Okay.
I want to do a hard one. All right.
Let me just delete 5 types of money so we don't do that one again.
8 seconds.
I'm not good at this. I'm just going to say that.
Name 6 planets.
6?
Uh-huh.
I thought we was doing 5. You giving me 8 seconds to name 6
All right, 5
things?
planets.
Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Venus. Are we counting Pluto? Pluto. Is the sun a planet?
Hell no. I don't
Mercury.
know. I count Pluto.
So, Mercury.
You didn't say that.
I said it before the gun went off.
The gun went off. You shot. That wasn't a hard one. Planets are easy.
No, it wasn't hard.
That's why I said 7, but your last minute adjustments ruined everything. I should have said something animal related because my thread has to do with animals today.
Does yours? Mine has to do with.
Ooh, I got one then.
What?
Go.
Mine has to do with the appropriateness of a man or a woman talking to their partner's friends in the DMs.
Okay, I know this one.
Yeah.
All right, 8 seconds.
Oh, God, you put me on again.
Name 6 different types.
Why do you keep picking 6? I thought we were doing
Who cares?
5.
That was never a part of it. It was always 8 seconds, name so-and-so
It was always 5 things. It's kind of hard to do.
Name 5 different types of fish.
Tilapia, catfish, red snapper, rainbow,
You
and
black
flubber.
as hell.
Oh.
You said red snapper. Flubber.
I meant to say flounder.
You
Did
died
I
twice. No.
I missed it by 1 each time, huh?
You said tilapia, red snapper,
Catfish,
black as hell.
rainbow.
Rainbow fish? That's a trout, ain't it?
Oh, rainbow trout.
Yeah.
I needed to say trout.
Yeah.
I couldn't say just rainbow.
I don't think rainbow fish. I mean, there's a child's book
That's what I was
called
thinking of.
Rainbow Fish.
I
Hang on.
loved that book.
It's a great book. Rainbow fish. Okay, only the book pops up. Yeah, I don't think there's a rainbow fish.
It's not rainbow trout.
Rainbow fish animal. There's technically there is a fish called rainbow fish.
Okay, so there it is.
Yeah, I think that you would count. It's not as famous as the book, though.
Okay, damn. Oh, well, since I had to go twice, name 8 seconds, gun. Damn.
Is that a burp?
It was. 8 seconds, gun to your head, name 5 flavors of Kool-Aid.
Red.
Colors
blue.
don't count.
How?
That's not a flavor.
Cherry, grape, orange, lemon Kool-Aid. Plum? The fuck are the flavor names? I don't know what the flavor names are. What's the blue? What flavor is the blue officially called?
I don't know.
See? You don't even know any.
Bubble gum.
How could
Ain't it like it's black cherry? There's black cherry. There's strawberry. There's grape. Orange, I would think is, because orange is an actual fruit. This nigga said red. you call me black.
I said plum.
Black is plum. Plum Kool-Aid.
All right.
Who drinking plum Kool-Aid?
That sounds like it could be cool, though.
Big boobs and a busted plum. Okay, so I'll say this then. I'm on the rocks like a seal.
We don't have to
Come
do this every
eat this
time.
pussy like Jesus in the last meal. Yummy, yum, yum. He ate it up like a beach plum. I said, my turn. Got down and sucked it like a thumb.
Wow. That's terrible.
That was terrible?
Sucked it like a thumb?
Uh-huh, like you're sucking the thumb.
That's not cool on your or his part.
But
You called
the
his dick
bar,
a thumb and...
The bar. I'm not saying his dick is a thumb. I say the way...
But you called it...
When we suck our thumbs, we just suck our thumbs pretty hard.
Well,
You never sucked your thumb?
No, I didn't. And also,
I did.
if a dude told me, like, damn, my girl sucked my dick like a thumb, I wouldn't think she did a great job.
But if it's the bar...
I would think she did it childishly.
But if you suck your thumb, like, intensely, wow, you really hate my bars. And my bars be busting. You won't even give me credit when it's a good one. What about on the rocks like a seal? Come eat this pussy like Jesus in the last meal.
I start off saying I don't like it.
So you don't
Where's
like
the
that
surprise coming from? No. I don't like any of them.
Damn. I
Sorry.
think y'all fool with that one.
Yeah, okay.
Because now they're going to start calling you a hater in the comments.
That's
Because you
fine.
don't give me no credit for no bars.
They
and
just
be coming
be
up
consoling you in the comments.
No.
It's okay. Your bars are all right with me. You said you sucked a penis like a thumb, and I can't say
Got down and
I honestly didn't like it. I gotta be a hater because I sucked his dick like a thumb.
I said he ate it up like a beach plum. So, and then I said, my turn.
I don't even know what that is. What's a beach plum?
Plum on the beach.
Oh, so it's not a thing.
It is a thing. Go ahead.
What is it? Tell me what it is.
It's a beach plum.
What is that?
You're looking it up.
It's a plant?
See?
You didn't know that.
I knew beach plum was something. I just didn't
know
what it
was. Okay, so what's it look like then?
Zero clue. I was just going wordplay.
Prunus maritima, the beach plum. You are so lucky. You know damn well that wasn't a thing in your head.
I did not guess. I knew that was something. I just didn't know what it was. I've heard the term.
They're
before.
edible too. That's fucking it's crazy. It's like when people just throw shit out there and it's just
and it sticks.
And it perfectly.
Yes.
Whatever. All right.
So low key now that you know it's something.
No, I mean it's
I get
a
little
thing.
bit more.
It's a thing. It's a thing, and it makes sense.
Okay. We getting there.
Oh, the bars in hell. I just have to say it makes sense.
Damn.
Oh, he said it makes sense.
Well, shit. I didn't even have a bar, so now that the bar is in hell with you, I can only
Your
go
bars
up.
are in hell.
That's what I said.
I didn't mean the bar like the hip hop bar. I meant like the.
I know you're talking about my bar. I'm saying I didn't even have a bar.
Raising the bar.
Now that the bar is in hell for me, according to you.
Oh, you're like, gotta start somewhere.
I can only go up.
Gotta start somewhere.
The bar exists. How about that?
Like I said, the bar is in hell. It's like, oh, there's a bar? Yes. All right. I brought a pretty cool ass thread. This sounds fake. This sounds made up.
Okay.
But it's about Israel.
What?
And I put the sex behind me.
Put this. Oh, so we're not doing.
No sex thread today.
Okay.
Maybe next week. But I put it behind me for the next 45 to 50 minutes.
Okay.
I'm going back to conspiracies.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
got a
love
couple.
conspiracy.
Oh, I got a juicy one today.
Okay.
This conspiracy theory, this is a thread about Israel's animal spying.
Animal spying?
Animal
Wait,
spying.
so do they have like robot animals like on The Incredibles? You know how the bird was the spy and they was like, oh, such a pretty bird. And
That's a whole other conspiracy. That's a whole other conspiracy about how birds aren't real. They're all government drones.
Lies.
Ridiculous.
I think birds are real.
This is animal spying. They're not spying on the animals. They're actually using animals, real animals, to spy on other countries.
I believe this.
Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm. Because the way niggas in the hood can control pigeons.
Mm-hmm.
And then back
That's
in
a
the day, they used to use birds as like delivery.
Right.
Animals?
But that's more messaging and alerting. This is straight up using the animal to spy for you.
How does the animal come back and give the message? I'm sorry.
It's a fucking gorilla. Like, all right, here's what happened.
Is that gorilla that was walking?
The upright one? The upright one? All right, them niggas is all over there planning.
Right.
All right, but yeah, it's a good one. It's filled with zoological conspiracy.
Okay.
I think I said that right.
Did you want to go first?
What was yours?
Mine is it acceptable to have casual conversations in the DMs with your girl/man's friend without their knowledge? So if you're in a relationship with someone, is it okay that either you have casual conversations in the DMs with her homegirls, or is it okay for her to have casual conversation in the DMs with your homeboys without you knowing?
So is this just a blanket question and everybody's answers? Okay, it's not like a story.
No, not a story.
Okay, interesting. I think there's exceptions.
Yes, there are exceptions, and some people said some, but like I said, casual conversations, not, hey, I'm planning a surprise for such and such, are you down? No, because that's pointed, that's like we're trying to do something for, but I'm talking casual conversation. Like
that was my example. I've done that. I've DM'd like people I was dealing with, like their homegirls, and to like plan something for them, and it even still felt a little weird because I didn't even have their number. But oh damn, now I need another exception. But yeah, for now you can.
You want me to go
jump
first?
back into it.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the first person, never, with a gang of emojis. The rolling eye emojis, the mind-blowing emoji, the cussing emoji. Never. The next person, with no immediate need, like a surprise party emergency or like that, nah. That's my friend. That's my friend, not our friend, especially if it's a male friend she's speaking with. But if it's one of my female friends, then that's fine.
Like what?
So I guess if he has a female homegirl, then it's okay for his girl to talk to her in the DM.
Oh, yeah.
But not his male friends.
Yeah. Okay. It's a good
Somebody
good stipulation.
Somebody put the meme of Quavo holding the gun to Queen Latifah's head.
What meme is that? When did that ever happen?
I don't know. I didn't see this.
What the hell did
Looks
Quavo
like it says
and Queen
Star
Latifah
on Fox. Oh, the show Star. Queen Latifah was in that.
And Quavo was?
I guess so. Maybe a later season, because the season
I've never
watched,
seen that meme,
there.
heard of the show. I didn't even know this nigga acted.
Yeah. Hey, he's kind of multifaceted.
He can ball his ass off. That nigga's like a pro level basketball player.
This guy said, if you have trust in your relationship, it definitely should be acceptable.
Sound like somebody who's overly optimistic.
He's gonna get played.
I trust my girl. Meanwhile, she's
busting it open in the DMs for your homeboy. He gonna accidentally give a detail about her inner places that he shouldn't know.
Her pussy. Who accidentally gives a pussy detail? Oh yeah,
like that mole.
Like that clit, how her clit leaned to the right. Hey, can the clit lean to the right or left?
Yeah, like 2 days before her period. You know, her cervix is like.
No, I was
a little
asking
shifted,
for real.
huh?
Can a clit lean? Like a big clit.
I don't have a big clit.
Well,
I don't really know.
I've only
But
experienced
maybe
one big
if
clit.
you slap it to one side, it'll stay there. The bigger ones, the meteor.
Meteor ones. Damn.
Meteor woman.
Having a big clit must be fun, but also like a little awkward too. You think they gotta tuck it in, like Silence of the Lambs?
I feel like. Oh. I feel like. I guess it doesn't hurt, but I've had a situation where the session was really rough. He didn't know how to eat it well, and he sucked too hard, and it kind of pulled it out some.
He made you have a big clit?
It was the most
Hilarious.
Painful thing.
Yeah, he sucked the clit out of you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sounds like he did a good job.
No.
Girl, I'll suck the clit out of you.
Mm-mm.
She's like,
Not okay.
Did he spit it out after?
I feel like they might.
Like a fighter?
Right, like a piece of ham.
Like Mike Tyson spitting the ear out?
Like, you know when you put the ham in the microwave and it gets too hot so the edges are crispy. So when you eat it, you
it curls. Random example.
No. As long as boundaries are set. Define casual. Why not? If it's casual and nothing is going on, folks put a negative spin on anything DM related.
Yeah. That's a big part.
Uh-huh. As long as you're okay with your partner doing the same thing. That's big. I feel like that's what it really comes down to. Is if you're okay with me talking to your homeboys in the DMs, and this is not mutual friends, this is, or you know them because I know them because you introduced me to them, and now I'm having just chopping it up combo in the DM with him, and I don't tell you, I don't know. Like,
well, I mean, I get the not telling them if it's casual. I get the not telling them thing. I think
really,
yeah. I mean, I think a lot of arguments come from like, why didn't you tell me this? And it's like, oh shit, I didn't know this fell under things to tell you because it was innocent. But I also think this is the main thing that's wrong with Twitter and the internet is that we just try to live by blanket statements. It depends on who you're talking to. It depends on who it is, you know? If it's somebody who is known to be kind of devious, then probably not. But I have friends who just who are just very, very social, and they just know how to talk to people, and they're just very like, and it's innocent. And I think that, to me, the more innocent conversation is, the shorter it is. You know what I mean? Like usually when it's like something that's just quick, like and like a quick exchange or something. But when it's like picking up every single day, that's when it's something that should be explained or not happen.
So my thing is, when it comes down to it, is like, okay, I feel like people, you never know who has other intentions. So you might be like talking about something totally innocent, but in her mind, she might be like, oh, he done sparked up a convo in the DMs. Like, let me see what's up. And because a lot of the conversations before people start dating or fucking or whatever, it is innocent because there's like a testing period, you know? So like, I would imagine niggas that have fucked their girls, homegirls, however it started, probably started on some casual shit.
I feel that, yeah, but I feel like the situations that you're referring to would end up in cheating regardless of the medium. I'm talking about like specifically like, because that can happen in person, you know, it can be like, hey, what's up? And then if one of them wants to pursue something, doesn't matter what it's on, Twitter, in person, text, you know. But I think if we're going to just specifically talk about DMs, I think that there is a small, I think generally no. I think generally no. It's just like texting, you know. But since we're talking about DMs specifically, I have been in uncomfortable but completely innocent situations because I post such funny random things to my story. Right. Sometimes just like a random person will hit me up in response to that. And then I'll send a message back or a laughing emoji back, and then they'll keep it going, just like, how are you? And then it usually
that's usually how
chops off.
And in my experience, that's usually how like dudes have kind of found a way to slide in.
I see what you're saying.
And, you know, it's
that's
like,
valid. That's super valid.
Because I post a lot of like funny, crazy stuff on my profile too, and niggas will slide in and be like, oh, that was hilarious. So what you doing? Or what you up to? What you been up to? Oh, it's been a long time. I haven't talked to you. You haven't posted this. And I'd be like,
Facts, yeah.
You know, and I also think it's about how the other person responds too. Like if you say you respond to a story or whatever, and then she responds back with hearts and shit or something like that, then that might be like a side eye type shit. But if it's on some just like
they like your message or
they put hearts on the message,
or just an emoji response, it's like, you know, it's not even like back off. It's just like a conversation ended. You know?
It's like once you start receiving like hearts and shit like that, he should know. Like either it depends on his.
Wait, who's the he that we're talking about?
If I'm saying he, it would be my dude.
So this is the person getting the message.
Yeah.
Okay.
If he say he responded to a story or something like that, and she responded with like hearts and shit.
Not the double tap heart.
The only double tap heart is when, you know how like
you can like somebody's message.
Yes. Yeah. So I think if it's like,
is that sexual?
Ha ha ha.
Is that flirty?
I think I'll say this: if they like the story, you laugh. And then they like that you laughed, and then they put anything else, and it just keeps going. I feel like sometimes
after the liked message.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes it's like, okay, you like the fact that they like that, and then you laugh. Now you liking that. It's like, okay, you really like this conversation. I think sometimes it's just an eye opener to where like it'll just make you sit back and think like, am I overstepping boundaries? Should I tell my girl like, okay, like yeah, whatever.
Yeah, because I'm never the person to be like, hey, look at this, your girl on me, or your, like your homegirl on me, like, and it's something innocent, and they're just like, what? I was just saying, what's up?
Right.
Like, I think that's ignorant too, but I do admit I do write off a lot of situations as innocent just because that's where I'm coming from.
Right.
And then when it's explained to me in a different way, it's just like,
because
maybe I wasn't in such an
I think some people will use it, like I always talk about how the game like uses like innocent combos to blast women.
The game, the rapper.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
He uses like innocent combos to like blast
Be like,
women.
hey, how you doing?
Like,
I liked your last song. She on me, dog.
My dick. Like, bruh. Like, so I'm always afraid of that type of like, or she might come back like, oh yeah, like he's, or tell the other homegirls like, make it, even if it's innocent on your part, the girl might make it something, or the guy. I feel like guys are really, and you can help me out with this, I feel like guys are really like overly protective of their reputation with their woman. So there's always songs about I took your bitch, or I fucked your woman, or your woman, like this, or she liked my style. You could have just liked the picture and he'd be like, she liked the way I dress or whatnot. So I feel like people sometimes just take innocent behaviors and turn them into like crazy stuff. So it's like, do you just steer away from it, or is it something okay? My only thing is, why does it have to be without your partner's knowledge? I think that's what...
I mean, I think that if my girl's homegirl kept hitting me up and it wasn't blatant, I'll write something off as innocent until it's blatant. Because if they're just hitting me up on some, hey, how are you, blah, 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 there's still a chance that could be nothing. So there's really there's really no reason for me to explain that unless I'm like, okay, if I start feeling like, okay, because like if they keep hitting me up, I'll think it. I'll be like, okay, I think she's might be doing something, but as long as I'm not acting on it, we'll be good. But then I think if it gets to the point where it's like, hey, so blah blah blah, that's when I'll start.
That is a no to me.
What?
Hitting my dude up and be like, hey, how are you? Why do you care?
I don't.
Out of all the niggas in the world,
well, that was just an example.
Why do you care? I know. I'm just saying.
The how are
you
part.
If your girl's homegirl hits you up on some, hey, how are you? And it ain't like pointed nowhere.
Okay, okay. Well, that was more specific than I was going for. I was just thinking of constant interactions that weren't in person with my girl there, which is typically when I see my girl's friends. But like, if it's like something, honestly, I have leeway with responding to stories because my stories cover everything. You know what I mean? Like if I went to church, I could see the pastor's wife responding to one of my stories. Like, what the hell is this? I think that it gets to a point where, for me, there's 3 areas. There's a green area, which is just like responding to stories, talking for short amounts of time, but interacting, whereas typically I honestly don't know the rules because I don't interact with a lot of people, period. So there's still a green area where it's just like, hey, maybe people do this. Then there's like a little
yellow,
a me area where it's just like, I think this person might be into me, or I think that, and then there's the red area.
Stoplights.
Yeah, then the red area is just like blatant, like, hey, what's up with it,
I see how you look at me. I told you I've been through that before.
Yeah.
Because I mean, girl hit up my dude talking about, hey, how you doing?
Oh, and then you showed up?
Yeah, it was me.
Because it's the same. We're talking about it from being in a relationship, but it's the same for your homegirl or homeboy's relationship.
Right.
And then their spouse is hitting.
Well, don't let them be single.
Who's single?
The homegirl or the homeboy.
Who's single?
The homeboy or the homegirl that you're hitting up or that's hitting you up. That's even worse.
Oh, and it's just somebody that your homegirl likes?
Oh, you're talking about them hitting you up or you hitting them up?
Them hitting you up and they're in the relationship with your friend.
Okay.
Not you being in the relationship and your friend. You know, it's like, it's kind of the same dynamic.
I steer clear of all that shit.
It's easier.
There was a few times where I had saw one time a friend of mine. I knew her dude just through her. And then somebody with the same spelling, same like, not same picture or nothing like that, but I think it was a black dude had slid in my DMs and was like, "What's up? Is that such and such in your story?" And it was my homegirl. So it was my homegirl's who has the dude with the same name as the profile who hit me up. Okay. And so I was like, woo! I sent the screenshot and sent it straight to her like, girl.
Oh, but that wasn't him.
It wasn't him.
Oh,
but the name was spelled the same and it mentioned her. It mentioned her in the message.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, but then I looked up and it said like, "I love you, Persephanii." And so I was like, what?
It looked up. You looked up.
I scrolled up.
Oh,
in the message, and it had said like I love you, Persephone, or something like that, and I was like, ah! So I screenshot and sent it right to her, and so she showed her dude, and they laughed about it. But I was like, girl, as soon as I saw that name in my DMs, I'm like, hell no!
I think it's smarter to just clear your name because, yeah, it could be innocent, but why even risk it? Why even risk the optics looking? You know, like Sidney Castillo has he was on our Damn Internet You Scary not too long ago, and he said that he just doesn't talk to his homeboys' wives, and sometimes they'll get mad at him and be like, "You can't speak," blah blah blah. And he'd be like, "You're married to my friend. Like, why would I do that?" And I could see how he could get backlash from that because it's like, oh, it's all about sex for you, but it's just like, why even make your homeboy or homegirl wonder? It's just like It's almost like something that if you want to avoid all problems, just steer clear.
Because it's a slippery slope. Even if you have the most trust in your relationship with your partner, it's a slippery slope when it comes to the other person, the friend. You never know the other person's intentions or what they may take as innocent and turn it around and flip it. And now you got a whole situation to deal with when it was nothing in your mind to begin with in the first place. So there was a lot of people that said absolutely not. And then a couple people like this guy said, I mean, the conversation shouldn't have to be a secret. If it has to be hidden, then maybe it shouldn't be had. And if you're keeping it a secret, yes, it's a problem. So, and then there's a bunch of memes with like faces like, nigga, please. Like, hell no.
I feel that. Yeah. I've never messed with any of my homeboys' girlfriends ever. But I've been... for some reason,
have
since
you been
high
approached
school. By who?
By any of your homeboys' girls.
Oh, like they tried? Yeah. And I would either tell them, or if it was like something that was just like, ooh, shit, I'll admit I have let it go sometimes and just not said anything, which didn't feel messed up at the time. I can see why it maybe could have, because it just seemed like if they're happy together, just, you know, like that one little thing, like, who cares, you know, because I'm not going to do anything.
Right.
But I've been labeled as a
little
homewrecker or like, you know, I don't really know why, because there's no evidence of it, but it's always been that like if you see him talking to your girl, he's trying to, you know, like devious type thing. Right. So I just go out of my way to not even, I'm always very aware of that.
I will say this. I've been in situations where like my friends are in relationships, and because I've been so voluptuous all the time, like my homegirls be like, girl, he love you, you know, but it be on some like whatever type shit, but they'll be like, he got the biggest crush on you, like friends that I don't see that often.
That's weird
or whatnot
to say.
I never looked at it as weird,
but that means he's talking about you and to her.
But I've also been approached by friends with their guy for a threesome.
Well, that
so
makes sense.
sometimes it's been a setup. So that's why I've been kind of like, just like, oh, he does, oh, whatever,
That's the
and
only
just
reason
brush it off.
that they would say that to each other is if it was a possible. I don't see why any nigga in a monogamous relationship would be like, man, your homegirl. I got such a crush.
I got a crush.
It's like, what you mean? All right. Great thread. I'm going to jump into mine.
Thank you.
So I got a long one.
Is it story time?
This is conspiracy time.
Conspiracy.
We talking about animal spies.
Okay.
007 dolphins.
I love it. I want to hear it.
Okay. So we talking about Israel animal spying. Zoological conspiracy theories involving Israel are often found in the media or on the internet, typically in Muslim-majority countries, allegedly using animals to attack civilians or to conduct espionage or spying. The first theory surrounds a series of shark attacks taking place in Egypt in December of 2010.
Love Egypt.
I love this story. This story is insane. A famous diver named Captain Mustafa alleged that a GPS tracking device found on one of the sharks was in fact a guiding device planted by Israeli agents. The government of South Sinai, Egypt, initially said what is being said about the Mossad throwing the deadly shark into the sea to hit tourism in Egypt is not out of the question, but it needs time to confirm.
So they dropped the shark specifically?
So I actually read about this one specifically. So since Egypt is so heavily tourist-based and tourist-funded, they tried to throw that off by throwing robot sharks into the ocean.
They are robots.
Robot sharks to scare people. And
so were they like submarines?
What?
Like the robot sharks, were they like submarines where people could like be in them and like...
I don't think there was anybody in them.
Oh, okay.
I think they were just like sort of
trying to
automated.
cover all bases.
But it also said that there was real sharks in there too.
Ooh.
It says the vulture. Another theory surrounds the discovery of a griffin vulture in 2011. The vulture was said to have a wingspan of 8 feet and was caught by a hunter near Saudi Arabia. It was allegedly wearing a GPS device and a Tel Aviv University leg tag. Rumor spread amongst locals, repeated in some Saudi newspapers, that the bird was sent by Israel to spy on the country. Although this is widely believed to be a reintroduction project of griffin vultures to the mountains of Israel due to their vast disappearance in the area, some believe it was Israel's attempt to spy.
So these GPS trackers, are there cameras attached to them, or is it just because I'm trying to make the connection as to what they would gain by just putting a GPS tracker on a bird? Like, birds go everywhere. So.
Well, the sharks definitely had cameras attached to them.
Okay.
They do keep saying GPS tracking device, so I'm assuming that the eagle must have had some form of visuals too, if it was supposedly if it was supposed to be spying.
Okay.
Another one was in May 2012. A dead European bee-eater with an Israeli leg band used by naturalists to track migratory birds was found by villagers near the Turkish city of Gaziantep. The villagers worried that the bird may have carried a microchip from Israel intelligence to spy on the area and alert local officials. The head of agriculture and livestock examined the corpse of the bird and stated that he found the nose of the bird is very different and much lighter than others, and that it can be used for audio and video, which in the case of Israel, they do. January 2016, Palestinians accused Israelis of releasing wild hyenas in Jenin. IDF soldiers found an abused hyena in Hebron and sent it to receive treatment in Israel. This has led many to believe that Israel is abusing and training hyenas to kill enemies.
Oh my God. Hyenas are like...
That's the coolest
vicious.
animal they used so far, but I just picture a hyena in a tuxedo. Spying, drinking a
little James Bond,
shaking. What is it? Shaken not stirred martini. And then lastly, many believe that Israel is using dolphins as spies. The first accusation is that Israel employs dolphins for espionage was made on August 19th, 2015, when sorry if I mispronounced this, the Izad Din al-Qassam brigades of Hamas.
Said that.
I did that?
Spoke that. Mm-hmm.
But they claim they captured one wearing cameras and other equipment off the Gaza coast. One Palestinian report claimed that the dolphin was fitted with killer arrows.
Not the dolphin was fitted.
He said it was also an Israeli-made robot dolphin equipped with espionage equipment, including video recording cameras.
Ever since I found out dolphins are violent, I don't put nothing past them.
But they out here...
Oh, really?
Calling back. We got
a little, what is it called? That little echolocation?
Echolocation.
Wow. We got him.
Snitches.
Do you believe it?
Yes.
Okay.
Because animals are already used in so many tests and so much random stuff. And like, I heard about that that experiment where they were trying to teach monkeys to use AK-47s.
Ooh,
and then after a couple weeks or months, they tested it, and then the monkeys just ran into the jungles with the guns, and they're like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah. It's like real life Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I feel like didn't I tell you this before? I feel like these movies. I believe in manifestation. I feel like these movies are manifesting shit. Mm-hmm. Remember? I think it was monkeys as well when they start taking revenge on all the babies because one of them like killed the monkey, and so all the monkeys start taking revenge and trying to kidnap like all the babies. I think it was in India.
Oh, kidnap human babies. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did see that. There was like a picture of one looking through the window.
Mm-hmm. And then one trying to grab one off a bike, and it was like it's crazy.
But I wonder if like are artists tapping into art and making art like I Am Robot and Planet of the Apes, and then mad scientists are watching the movie like, I'm going to copy that. Or are they just tapping into the inevitable? Like, technology is eventually going to get to this point, and then it just goes there. Or like...
So they're predicting the future pretty much is what you're saying.
Or based on what you would already think. Like, if I were to make an end of the world movie, you know, or based on what I think would happen. Or if there were signs of technology already going to that. So... they did that. But then there's obviously...
You keep seeing so much stuff where we're making movies about it. It's like, is it Outbreak or Contagion?
Oh, yeah. Even zombies looks like it might happen.
At this point, because of that fungus. The fungus that gets in and takes over the brain, even though it hasn't happened to humans yet. It's happening to snails and stuff.
Yeah, so it does happen in nature. So I'm wondering, like... Are they like looking at that like, I wonder if that happened to humans, and then it eventually does happen to humans? Or are they just like, that'd be crazy if zombies existed, and then that pushes the universe into going that way?
Like, it's I feel like movies are manifestations, and we have to be really careful about some of the things that we create.
That'd be kind of crazy if filmmakers were as powerful as God.
Man, I mean, if manifestation is real, it's happening.
Well, you are making a little mini universe when you make a movie, so. All right. Let's get into these, sorry, Riri's maternity photos just popped up on the feed.
Oh.
She pregnant as hell.
I haven't seen them.
She got a big old belly.
Big old Riri belly.
All right. Let's get into these, oh, you know what? I have a great fact for today, and it has to do with films. Just like we were talking about.
Mine has to do with sex.
Sex?
Sex.
All right, well, I just went, so why don't you go?
All right. Study finds men have better sex with emotionally unstable women. A 2018 study published in the Journal of Sex Research found that men have better sex with emotionally unstable women. According to 1,000 individuals surveyed in a German study, women also prefer men who are less agreeable but pay attention to detail. According to the New York Post, Julia Velton, the study's lead researcher, and her colleagues questioned volunteers about their sex habits, personalities, and sexual function. They discovered that men whose partners had less emotional stability reported better sexual function, and that lower agreeableness of sexual partners was predictive of better sexual function in women. Researchers also observed that men who are thorough and dutiful may feel the need to satisfy their partners sexually, which may in turn lead to a heterosexual. Wow.
Hetero.
In turn may lead to a better sexual function of their partners.
That makes sense.
I mean, toxic sex is just like...
I mean, I don't... What did they refer to him as? Emotionally unstable?
And vice versa.
That sounds like some good punani right there.
Emotionally unstable sounds equals good pussy.
An emotionally stable, just all the way put together woman ain't gonna be the one that flips over and asks you to spit in her butthole.
How do you know that?
I would assume. You got a lot of stuff going on up here. You might just be like, hey, spit in my mouth and choke me with your shaft.
Tie. Oh.
But not this way. This way. Like a piano chord. Come up behind, take your penis, wrap around the neck, choke out like
so
Hitman, Agent 47. Yeah, you have to have a 10-foot penis.
Wow.
My point is, whoever would ask for that probably ain't all the way there. So you gotta find your balance in a woman, because there's some niggas who pull up with a woman who's 99% crazy, but the box is worth it, and then you got a woman who's 90% all the way there, not really fucking like that.
Is the box worth your life?
No.
Okay.
I don't. I used to do the crazies.
I refuse to believe that emotionally stable women have bad sex.
I'm not saying bad. I'm saying unstable means better.
I don't agree.
You unhinged. You're probably gonna do more fun stuff.
Because I feel like some of the women that I've seen, I'll look at them and then I'll hear some of the bedroom stories, and I'm like, you look like Susie Homemaker. Like,
those are the
everything
good ones.
is all put together. You got your husband. You got the
kids.
She
got glasses. She got stockings.
Yes.
But she
and
then, I like to suck dick from the back.
Right.
Whoa.
Switch.
Virginia.
Now I'm eating his ass.
Miss Virginia.
Eating his ass.
Eating a nigga ass. All right. Let's get past the smut.
Okay.
My fact has to do with films. And the approach to making art. You've seen Mad Max, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mad Max.
I like Mad Max Fury Road.
Oh, that's what this is about.
Oh.
So George Miller, who's behind Mad Max, he had his wife, Margaret Sixel, edit Mad Max Fury Road. She had never cut an action film before.
Wow. And
Miller said if it were edited by the usual guys, it would look like every other action movie we see. She went on to win an Oscar for Best Film Editing.
Wow. Her first time?
Okay, so I took this, and I'm going to look her up, but I took this as she's an editor but didn't edit action movies.
Okay.
That'd be wild to just be like, I don't want this. Yeah. She's just never seen.
Right.
What is Final Cut?
God, damn. Like, maybe she studied and she's like, this is my big break. This is my time. I practiced this.
She's going like this.
Her first project.
No, I'm assuming she knew editing, but stylistically, there's all types of difference.
That movie was so good.
So good, and I want to watch it again to see the editing after watching this. But this is such a cool fact to me, because that just shows that like the people who you're supposed to go to aren't always the best fit, because action scenes are known for being slightly annoying. I think they're getting more annoying over time, like
because of how unrealistic they can be sometimes,
and so quick paced and quick paced. Like Christopher Nolan gets bashed, even though I love his Batman movies.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening in the fighting scenes. It'll be like all these quick shots. It's dark. You're just like, well, I think Batman just got hit. Like, I don't know.
Have you seen Tenet?
No, not yet.
I've watched Tenet 5 times.
You don't know what the hell is going on.
I have zero clue about. I don't even know what the basic message is to get from the movie. And I sit there and I'm like, okay, I'm following. Okay, we going backwards, we in reverse. Okay. And then it start going to other scenes that already happened. And I'm like, okay, let me keep following. And I'm just like, oh, it was him there, him on both sides. He was in both.
Well, was that the editing or just the plot?
It got to be the editing too. But just the whole movie.
I feel like that plot was just very confusing.
It's so confusing. There's so much action in the movie, though. You have to watch it because you got to tell the people. You have to do a movie review of Tenet. I need you to do a review.
I'll watch Tenet. I definitely want to watch Mad Max, though, because I want to.
Heck yeah.
I just want to see what I don't really notice editing like that. Which I think is good.
So good.
Unless the editing is like outlandish or different, I would typically not notice it. But I wanna check this out because I am a fan of slowed down sequences, and that's a really cool to not only know that it was a good movie, but it won Best Film Editing, and I know she was making some editors hot.
Absolutely, shout out to her.
Super hot. Shout out to Margaret Thickthall. All right, guys, we got to get up out of here. This has been another episode of Thickum Threads. I've been your co-host, Patrick Cloud.
And I'm Persephanie.
We will see you next week.
Bye.